Boy, oh boy. Talk about practice what you preach. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So, yeah, I was reading an article today about Canelo Alvarez responding to the middleweights. His response was, if you want to fight me, you come down to 154. I'm not going to go up to 160 and fight you at middleweight. And as far as 147 pounders, same thing. You guys want to fight me, you come up to 154. This is very, very interesting and a serious ass contradiction, almost in a certain sense, I might add. Now, if you guys watched my first video about, Floyd Mayweather wanting this fight at 147 and Canelo not wanting it, if you guys recall in that video, I said that when Floyd Mayweather was 23 or around the same age as Canelo Alvarez, what would Floyd had done if he was in the exact same situation as Canelo was, right? Where he has an opportunity to sacrifice himself or sacrifice his body for greatness. And I explained to you that Floyd Mayweather, he did that with Oscar De La Hoya, right? He gave Oscar De La Hoya probably 20, 30 pound weight advantage because Floyd Mayweather, he had no choice if he wanted to be the next big star. He had to beat the star to become the star, right? So in this situation, now I'm going to ask you, what would Canelo do if he was in the situation that Floyd Mayweather is in currently, right? Which is Floyd Mayweather is in a situation where he has an option to fight a guy who is going to have a huge weight advantage over him, who is in a higher division than him, right? And he has an option to move up and fight this guy, right? Now I ask you guys, what would Canelo do if he was in that exact same situation? Well, guys, Canelo just told us what he would do if he was in the exact same situation. Canelo just said that if it was him that was at 154 and it was a guy at 160, a higher division, calling him out, Canelo would not move up and fight him, right? That says a lot about Canelo Alvarez, guys. It says a lot about Canelo Alvarez. Understand something. Canelo was 172 pounds the night he fought, I'm sorry, I almost forgot his damn name, after he fought Austin Trout, right? You're telling me you could weigh 172 pounds the night of a fight, but you can't fight the middleweight champion at 160? Are you fucking serious? This is ridiculous, guys. Canelo Alvarez does not practice what he preaches. He wants Floyd Mayweather to move up to 154 and fight him, but yet he won't move up to 160 and fight Gennady Golovkin and fight Sergio Martinez. And when you consider the fact that Sergio Martinez looked so horrible in his last fight, this would seem to be a perfect opportunity for Canelo Alvarez to crack the top 10 pound for pound, establish himself, beating the middleweight champion, and really, really, bringing in a lot more exposure, And when I say exposure, he already has, the Mexican exposure from Mexico, right? But Canelo Alvarez does not have the type of star power, around the world. He doesn't have that American star power just yet. I think I might have said this a long time ago, just to talk about star power. When I was at the arrivals of the Mayweather versus Cotto fight, right, at the MGM Grand, I was there, and I remember all the fighters getting out the limos. Everyone's highly anticipated, waiting for, Floyd Mayweather and Miguel Cotto to show up at the MGM Grand, right? And I remember this vividly. I remember Canelo getting out the limo, and no one really knew who Canelo was, right? I mean, of course, you could see the Mexican fans, they rushed over taking pictures and trying to get autographs. And I just remember it was a couple guys who were standing next to me. They was like, so who's this guy right here, right? And then that's when I was telling them, oh, that's Canelo, man. he's a big future star in the sport, and I was explaining to him who he was and saying he's like huge in Mexico, and in a couple years he's going to be big out here. The reason why I bring that up is just to elaborate on what I said in my first video about the lack of star power that Canelo Alvarez has. And if he would have fought Sergio Martinez, this was a perfect opportunity for him to really catapult himself into pound for pound status. I don't understand Canelo Alvarez, and he's playing the type of games that is really making me not take him serious. Okay? It doesn't make any damn sense that you can't fight somebody at 160, but yet you are so desperate to try to fight a guy who's fought 42 of his fights at 147 or less, or in 2 of his fights at 151 or 149. All right? It's not really making a whole lot of sense. It's not a good look on Canelo Alvarez, right? The hypocrisy is ridiculous. When people sit over here and they say this stupid shit, look, man, I want to see the Mayweather-Canelo fight just as bad as anyone else does. Matter of fact, I would love to see Mayweather fight Sergio Martinez and Canelo, if it was possible, right? But for people to sit here and say, Floyd Mayweather needs Canelo, Floyd has to fight Canelo next. If Floyd doesn't fight Canelo, who is he going to fight? His legacy depends on it and all of this shit. It's funny how people contradict themselves with these ridiculous-ass double standards because, I can recall Sergio Martinez fighting bomb after bomb after bomb when you had real opponents like Peter Quillen, Gennady Golovkin, Felix Sturm. Why isn't anyone saying Sergio needs to fight this guy? He needs to fight that. His legacy depends on it. If he's going to be compared to the greatest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why isn't anyone saying this shit about Sergio Martinez? You know why? Because these same biased people, they are content to seeing Sergio Martinez just sit, at a pound for pound ranking of number 3, number 4, number 5, wherever you would like to put him. They are content for him just to sit there and just retire right there, right? Same thing with Nonito Donaire when he was ducking Guillermo Rigondeaux, right? Nonito, he had no opponents at 118 and 122. The only viable opponent for him to fight was either a Guillermo, and then later on an Abner Mares, right? After Victor Archinian, there was really nobody for Donaire to fight. But you heard nobody sitting there when he was fighting the bums that we had never heard of. No one was sitting there saying that, man, who is he gonna fight though? Yeah, he's good, but he ain't fighting nobody. And if he don't fight a big name, I'm not gonna watch it. Nobody was saying that about Donaire. Nobody was saying that about Sergio Martinez. So it's all a bunch of damn double standards that goes on in the sport of boxing. All right. The bottom line is once again, Floyd Mayweather practices what he preaches. Okay, he practices what he preaches. Floyd Mayweather has made the sacrifices for greatness. He has made the sacrifices for superstar status. Canelo Alvarez is not willing to do the same thing. Okay, he doesn't want to go down to 147 to fight a smaller guy that he's already going to still have a weight advantage over, regardless of what weight it is. Only thing Floyd is trying to do is reduce the weight advantage, right? So he won't go down and do that. He won't go up 6 pounds and fight a guy at middleweight where he comes in to fight at 172, which we all know is 12 pounds over the middleweight division. He won't go up and fight. He won't go down and fight. So what is Canelo's angle, right? What is his angle? And how is he going to continue to prove to people that he deserves to be the best fighter in the world, that he deserves to fight Floyd Mayweather? Right now, he's showing that he doesn't deserve to fight a Floyd Mayweather. Okay? I mean, if he wants to fight, he goes down to 147. That's the bottom line. If he ain't going to go down to 147 and fight Floyd Mayweather, he needs to be going to 160 fighting Sergio Martinez. And that's the bottom line. Canelo Alvarez, he has a lot of potential to be a huge star. He has a lot of potential to be a pound-for-pound, good fighter, right? But the type of decisions that he's making right now, he's just going to end up being just, a golden boy hope, the next great golden boy hope if he doesn't step his game up. And it's not a good look on Canelo. It's not. All right? So that's all I got to say about this, guys. I'm on to the next one.